On to the cricket. England have won a test match, but of course, as we heard from one of the Australian administrators, the Ashes was already cooked at 3-0. Joining us, I'm delighted to say, a very good England player himself is Alex Tudor. Hi, Alex.
Hi, Danny. How are we?
Great, and great to talk to you. We've only got a few minutes because we could talk about this for 2 hours, I know. So I'm gonna go straight in, studs up here, Alex. You'll understand. What's happened in Australia? Has it been a calamitous failure of planning or a calamitous failure of execution?
Yeah, I think that firstly, I think they've even come out and said that preparation wasn't quite what they would have liked, or not what they've liked, what they're planning. They might have got it wrong. There were a lot of ex-pros or has-beens or whatever you want to say that told them that they needed to do a little bit more, but this under Baz McCullum and Rob Key and Ben Stokes, they wanted to go a different way. And obviously, when things don't go your way, you're subject to, people to pull you from pillar to post, and that's what's happened. Fantastic, they won the last game. Disappointed, it was only 2 days. I see the Australian hierarchy sent the curator to deal with the media. I thought that was a little bit harsh. Listen, the wicket did a little bit. And my thing now, as a coach, my thing now is that batters now are set up to play this expansive game. And I'm sure people like you that love the game, Danny, would love people to leave the ball outside or stump or show a solid defence. But unfortunately, when the ball goes off straight, the way that these players play now is that they go harder at it because they say that their name's on one.
Alex,
Sorry, go on.
I don't want them to bat like Jeff Boycott or Chris Tavares. I want them to judge the ball on its merits, and if it's there to be hit, belt it. But if it's going to threaten your wicket, give it the swerve. I don't understand it. But the other thing, you, Alex, bowled extremely fast, and they decided they were going to take a full battery of fast bowlers with them. But equally, as I know you well know, the problem with bowling very fast is it takes a terrible toll on your body. And so they went with people who were fit for the exact start of the series, but were never going to make the 5 tests. It was mad.
Yeah, it is crazy. And I know that our own Darren Goff, friend of the show, has said, as a fast bowler, your currency is generally in a day's play of Test cricket, is that you're looking mainly to bowl about 20 overs or so.
Max, yeah.
For a strike bowler, between 15 and 20. Okay, you're going to bowl maybe 3 spells of no more than 5 overs, and the captain's going to ask you to bowl extremely fast and to try and do something. Unfortunately now, because the preparation, I don't feel like they've got. I'm thinking of now the good old times when I used to speak to Wazim Akram and greats like that. Listen, the only way you get strong is by bowling. You can do all the gym work you want. Because it's such an unnatural thing to do when you're bowling, the only way of strengthening the body is actually by bowling. And unfortunately now that these games come thick and fast, you're asking the likes of Archer, and England have built him up all for this series. But it's gone back to back to back. And sadly, his body's broken down.
Mark Wood, you could argue the same thing for Mark.
Sorry?
You could argue the same thing for Mark Wood.
Yeah, listen, he's not. It was only hope that we were praying that because we've all said that we were going to go down to Australia and we're going to hit them with pace. Mark Wood hadn't played cricket for a long, long time, but they were building him up. And there's only so many nets bowling you can do. You need to play competitive cricket against people going to stand up there, bowl a couple of spells to see how you come back. It's not so much your first spell, it's your second, your third, your fourth, if need be, and how your legs are going to be after that. And unfortunately for Mark Wood, and it's disappointing because, listen, we like to see the ball bowled at 90 plus miles an hour, which he can do, but it was just too much for his knee, and sadly he had to come back home.
Bit of speculation for you then, Alex. Calamitous defeats, to use that word again, in Australia often lead to big changes in English cricket. Can Ben Stokes survive as captain? And if not, does it have to go to Harry Brook, who's become the poster boy for this way of playing?
Yeah, no, listen, I'm a massive Ben Stokes fan. If Ben wants to continue and he's got the stomach for it, then you let him continue. I think Joe Root, he will continue. He's just a world-class player. And for the others, obviously, Brook is as you say, the poster boy. But I think he's one that I just want to see him play. Not so much I want him to sort of captain and do that. You just want him to go out there and express himself, maybe have a little bit more fault with some of the shot selections. But I've seen him 3-4 years ago, and I knew that this kid was going to be special. But like you said, Danny, because I know you're a lover of the great game, is just shot selection and in-game management just needs to be better. But they will definitely have to have a rethink of the way they go about it. When the Ashes or a World Cup comes around, there's normally a cycle, and then they look to build again. So it'll be interesting to see what happens at the back of this series.